So, what condition was it in when you came in the first time?
Well, it could have used a little dusting. It was a lot of peeling paint and a lot of dust. It had some water standing in the basement, but that was really because of a failure of the sump pump. It wasn't still here from Katrina. It wasn't Katrina water. But amazingly, they really knew how to build things 100 years ago, and the building itself was in really good shape. Of course, you had to have all new AC, wiring, heating, all new sound, all new lights, and of course we did this floor. And this floor, right now it's up, so it's level from the lobby to the edge of the stage. But it goes down, there's a 14-degree angle, and they put the seats out, which are wonderful seats, and they'll be, then people can enjoy things like the LEO and other performances. But when it's up, they can have tables, they can have banquets, they can have all kinds of really wonderful things that you can't normally do on a sloped floor. The first architect, Albert Landsberg, he did a number of the RKO theaters. It stood for Radio Keith Orpheum. He did a number of them starting out in San Francisco. There were a lot of RKO theaters and theaters built for vaudeville from about the 1870s, 1880s till this one was completed in 1921. We had paint samples color match from the ones that we retrieved from here on the walls. There had been some obvious patch jobs through the years, so we tried to avoid those and get the paint that was most prevalent for short hair. I think this is one of the most beautiful ceilings in the city. It had some damage and needed a good bit of work, but we were lucky because there were enough parts of the ornamental plaster intact so that we could make molds of all the areas where we needed them. And then we painted it all cream color, and I was looking at it. Now that light blue that's on the ceiling was originally in some other panels in the ceiling on the other side of where the lobby is. This is the one spot where I actually took a little bit of liberty and veered away from what our pictures actually were that we had taken, where the colors were. And I talked to our historical architect, Rick Fifield, and said, it's beautiful, all the cream, but I said, I'm really thinking about seeing what it looks like if we just put that light blue on the recessed flat areas. And he said, yeah, he said, I think you should try it. I said, it's only paint. We can paint it over again if you don't like it, but I just love it. It looks like a Wedgwood wedding cake to me. We really paid attention to what was here. It's not an exact replica, but I think the work that we've done here is very respectful of the history of the building and the architectural elements that were here. And I like to think if the original people who built it came back, I'd like to think they'd be pretty happy with what we had done. They'll probably all trying to be opening a Facebook account or something. And the wire door pulls, we had those custom made. We have a really good friend who helped us, the same gentleman who helped fabricate the canopy and the sign outside. His name is Steve Culp, and this is a little bit different. He's had a wonderful career and still has building custom planes and building custom motorcycles. I mean, they're really works of art when he gets through with them. So he does a lot of stuff in metal and brass, and he's just been a real godsend. And he came and donated a lot of his time because he's a friend of ours, and we've had so many people that have just pitched in. Walked in, and this part was very stark because that was after the renovation that was done in the early 80s, and they had just knocked stuff down and put up sheetrock. And I just remember thinking for the outside of the building to be so ornate that the front lobby was really quite severe. It looked a little bit like a German bunker from World War II. No offense to whoever did that. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to work on something like this, and it really gives you perspective, and it's wonderful to work on something that you think is going to outlast you, and that a lot of people will enjoy and benefit from. It's really a privilege to get to do something like that.